This project was motivated owing to the fact that Ethiopia's youth have played a central role in the massive political changes since 2016 in particular. Youth groups orchestrated sustained cross-ethnic protests, ultimately securing a transition of power and extensive liberalization. Nevertheless, these successes belie the reality that the political mobilization of Ethiopia's youth have been uneven and has not translated into government policies targeted at addressing youth-related issues. Generally, the Ethiopian youth have still been facing unique social and economic challenges, low levels of engagement with formal political and civic institutions, and mobilization around ethnic identity rather than youth development, empowerment, and leadership policies. Therefore, this project was motivated believing that increasing and improving youth participation in civic and political life is crucial for fostering inclusion amongst a large share of the Ethiopian population. To this end, our research team partnered with Ethiopian non-governmental organization Initiative for Peace and Development to implement and rigorously evaluate the impact of tolerant engagement forums. The TEF is designed to promote youth engagement while mitigating the potential for political and social conflicts.
So the research design we're using is a randomized control trial. So the approach we took was to draw a random sample of about 1,000 students at Addis Ababa University. Of those 1,000 students, about 900 expressed an interest in participating in the TEF events. We then randomly assigned about 300 of them to receive an invitation to participate in the TEF events. Having these two different groups randomly assigned to participate and not to participate allows us to compare how they change over time.
What's something unique about this project is it is a process where both the researcher and the practitioner are entirely involved in the process, starting from co-designing all the way through implementing all activities of the project.
So we have also a translation partner where findings should be interpreted into actionable points for the future intervention. In terms of partnership, it brings together both the researchers and the academicians and also the practitioners together.
We evaluated the impact of a youth engagement workshop in Ethiopia called a Tolerant Engagement Forum. We found that TEF is a cost-effective way to increase civic engagement amongst university students.
TEF events are events that are aimed to link issue representatives with students to have engaging in several civic engagements, economic opportunities, and to link themselves with issue representatives to have socially, politically, and economically engaged. And we have conducted 3 days TEF events. The first with a 2 session in it. The first one is that issue representatives were presenting their area of engagement and how they can be helping the students to engage with, and following the panel discussions on the historical background of civic engagement in Ethiopia and what challenges are facing by the students when they want to engage with stakeholders.
Results from our endline survey show that participation in the TEF had a significant and positive impact on increasing students' civic engagement. The effect was particularly large among attendees that formed new social ties as a result of their participation in the workshop. This increase in civic engagement was also significant for both women and ethnic minority students, suggesting that the TEF is an effective tool for boosting participation amongst students from both dominant and marginalized groups. However, we also found that the TEF had only minimal effects on political engagement and social cohesion. Finally, we have learned that TEF as low-cost intervention to increase civic engagement worked very well. Drawing on these rigorous findings, our team makes 4 recommendations for policymakers, practitioners, and researchers interested in increasing youth civic engagement. First, we recommend that the Tolerant Engagement Forum be expanded to include other universities around Ethiopia in an effort to increase student engagement in civil society. Second, we recommend additional investment of resources to increase the intensity and duration of the workshops. One potential explanation for the minimal impact on tolerance and social cohesion was the limited duration of our intervention. Additional days of structured dialogue may encourage stronger social ties between students of different identities and could provide a stronger basis for enhancing social and political tolerance. Third, we recommend expanding the TEF to include youth that are not university students, since civic and political engagement opportunities may be even more scarce for youth that don't have access to higher education. We argue that TEF model would provide perhaps even more new and important information to youth groups outside the university setting. Fourth, we recommend the commission of additional research to understand the impact of TEFs at other universities and among non-student youth populations. Future studies should assess the efficacy of this intervention in other areas of Ethiopia or other countries and among less educated youth.